Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core, it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And again, no Mr. Kona, hopefully soon here. But, hey kids, are you sick of daylight savings time? Because, hey, have I got a story for you tonight?
We
right.
hates it, precious. We hates it.
That's right, we're going to talk Final Night miniseries, and it's tying to Green Lantern 80 and a little story called Parallax Emerald Knight.
Wonder who that's about.
I don't know. All right, so me and Will were just talking offline. I guess I'm assuming the newest Green Lantern issue has been pushed back because now all these websites are saying April 12th will be issue 12,
And not
March.
today.
Whatever. Yeah. So next, so that's about a month. So
Yeah, it's about an extra month. Oh, well.
let me
I was getting so excited, too.
Yeah, they skipped a month because issue 11 came out February 15th. So,
All right.
again, might just be a shipping thing.
There is a worldwide paper shortage and global logistics and supply chain issues and a pandemic and a war and I'm climate change and just everything. So, pick your apocalypse at this point. We're living through multiples.
Daylight savings time.
And daylight savings time. God, I hate daylight savings time. I hate it. I ranted about that in my newsletter.
I know.
I rant. I get ranty when I talk about daylight savings time.
Oh, hey, I don't think we talked, or did we talk about it last time? I can't remember, but there's been 2 episodes so far. Did you watch Picard yet, season 2?
Yes. Seen both episodes. They're moving kind of slow, but it's been good.
I mean, I like it, but like that second episode, like the opening, okay, kids, spoilers. I was just like, even if you don't believe him, why don't you like at least let Q explain what you think?
Yeah, like ask the questions. Like, okay, well, wait, whoa, hang on, this is all very strange. Can you tell me kind of what's going on here?
But I think at one point, did he say, "Oh yeah, Q seems more erratic than usual," and I'm just like, shouldn't that worry you a lot?
One would think it should,
I mean, if Q seems like mentally unstable or worried, shouldn't that be big warning sign? And all of reality has been.
And he has a kid, remember, from Voyager.
That's right. I mean, we can be bringing in all kinds of Voyager stuff. I mean, 7 and 9's on this show.
We've got a Borg Queen.
Oh yeah.
Well, half of a Borg Queen.
How do we time travel? I know. James Kirk and them did it like a dirty version, just slingshotting around the planet. Yeah.
Like multiple times. But he had Spock. We've got her.
Oh, crazy. I didn't watch last week's Discovery. I guess the season finale is coming up because I saw something.
Last week's was pretty good. It, of course, ended on, a building up for the season type of cliffhanger that, they have to do something about it, or really bad things happen. So, but yeah, it was a pretty good episode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, did you see today they dropped the trailer for the Miss Marvel TV series?
I've seen bits of it. I haven't watched the whole thing through yet, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, instead of her being able to change like her size or shape, or it looks like she has energy powers.
Mm-hmm.
And all I saw was like somebody watch that trailer, and I don't know if she touches like a bracelet or something, and someone was like, "Quantum band? No, 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 no."
I despair that we'll ever get Quasar in live action, but
I know, especially if they're gonna give her energy powers now. I'm like, oh
yeah.
no.
But I could certainly be wrong, but there's always hope, I guess.
But Charlie and I talked about this. And I wonder why they gave her energy powers. Are they just worried about like making the shrinking and growing and whatever, stretching, like look good every episode? Or
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know how much that even costs, that effect, but
yeah. But I mean, that's what she's known for. If you look at the comics, she's got the big punch down fists.
How much you want to bet that's going to change? Like I said, she's an Inhuman. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they change that origin soon.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, she's an Inhuman. I don't care. Alexa, stop. See, everyone wants to get on this conversation.
That's right.
But yeah, no, in the comics, no, Miss Marvel's an Inhuman. But after that TV show fiasco, I don't know if we're going to.
Well, they're bringing all of the other shows into the umbrella, right? I mean,
oh yeah, all those Netflix shows are coming to Disney. Oh, are they there today? I forget. It's if they're not on there yet, I think it's sometime this week.
And the Inhumans were the core of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so
I know I see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or I guess are coming to Disney Plus too, but it's like the actual Inhumans TV show. I haven't heard a peep about that. Who knows?
I never did watch that. Never did.
God. All I gotta say is, I mean, Charlie, who defends everything Marvel, yeah, he can't defend it. He didn't even finish watching it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, it's just bad. It's like they cut off Medusa's hair in like, what is that, the first episode? It's like, really? I don't know if they didn't want to do the special effect or what.
But I mean, that's her thing.
I know.
Literally her thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm just looking at my Disney Plus to see if those shows. I don't see them yet. But yeah, I thought it was sometime this week. Watch, it'll probably be like Friday or something. And who knows? Who knows who's going to be in Doctor Strange? What?
In Parallax Emerald Knight, Ron Mars made the Silver Surfer Green Lantern crossover canon because he said, I chased him in this universe and into another.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's in continuity.
Yes.
Oh, and I do want to talk about Ganthet a little bit when we get to that point.
Oh yeah. The Parallax issue, yes.
Uh-huh. Now, I read them in Final Night 1, Green Lantern 80, Final Night 2 and 3.
Yes.
Parallax, and then Final Night 4.
So did I, because I think that's the order they set out. Yeah. Kids, but I guess Daredevil and all those Netflix shows are coming to Disney Plus. Well, by the time it hits the podcast, they're already there. But yes, as I'm recording tonight, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Well, East Coast 3:01 a.m.
In that's 2, 4, 6 hours. In 6 hours. 5.5 hours.
So I was gonna say, if for you, it'll be 2 a.m.
Yeah. I'm not going to stay up and wait for that. So
I already seen it. All right. Yeah. Anything else big in the world?
I saw a little bit of news about someone had wrapped up their work on the Green Lantern series, like one of the producers or something. but it didn't really say anything about, no timelines, what exactly was wrapped up. I don't know.
maybe writing or something, or
Who knows at this point?
because they
They
didn't start filming it yet, did they?
I don't think so. I think they've cast Guy Gardner,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure there's going to be. I don't know. I don't think we get Kyle or Hal,
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't think they had a plan.
and I'm not even sure if we get John
I
in
don't
there.
think because I remember everyone saying it's like, well, oh, that's a good idea. Don't put like your three most well known Green Lanterns in there: Hal, John, and Kyle. Yeah, because I think it was Guy Gardner, Alan Scott.
Alan Scott was one that was going to show. I think Kilowog's going to be in there
I
too,
think so. Yeah.
and one other Green Lantern, one other non-human Green Lantern. Was it the? I don't remember. I'm completely blanking on it. So,
Yeah, I can't remember.
are you not one to talk about this because Guy Gardner shows up in it? Is that what?
What final night?
Yeah.
Well, again, like we said, I mean, this is like a until Rebirth, he just shows up in like random events, like here.
Well, and this is it's interesting because after 50, so when he goes full parallax, you should never go full parallax, by the way.
True.
He doesn't show up again until what, 56? 58?
Who? How?
Yeah, parallax, yeah.
Yeah. No. What's that zero that takes place between 55 and 56? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
0 hour.
0 hour, yeah. And he doesn't really appear in 0 hour until
Like what? Like the
like
penultimate issue, pretty much?
well, okay, it starts out what, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, it goes 4, 3, 2.
4, 3,
Yeah, and I
2.
think he shows up towards the end of 1, and then
And then it's in 0.
0, and then
Gotcha.
him and Kyle literally like fall in the Green Lantern 0. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Let's see. He does show up in Guy Gardner Warrior, when they have the Emerald Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we're talking under 10 appearances as Parallax, right? Probably. Or maybe right at 10. I mean, it's not a lot.
Do you think some editor had a problem with it, or were they just like, oh, the fans ain't digging this?
I don't know. I mean,
we keep getting letters from this guy from this kid in Florida. Oh no, Arkansas, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think by the time, it's been so long ago that when Final Night came out and he died saving the Earth, it was kind of a relief because he couldn't be around and be whiny anymore, or be not the character that he was. So, but then it's another what is it? Day of Vengeance? Is that the crossover?
I think, yeah.
Was that 98? It's like 2 years after this, or was it?
Was it 90? I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the list here. Let's see. Day of Judgment. Sorry, not Day of Vengeance.
Yeah.
It was 99.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So Final Night was 96, Day of Judgment is 99, and then he comes back in 2005. So he spends most of the time during the Kyle era as dead, right? The Dead or the Spectre.
Or the Spectre, yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I find it interesting.
Do we want to get to these? We got 6 issues.
Let's do it.
All right. So, all right, kids. Starts, The Final Night, number 1.
That's right.
November 1996.
Poor Starfire, man.
I know. Dusk. by writer Carl Kessel, penciler Stuart Amonin, inker Jose Marzan Jr., colorist Lee Lothridge, letterer Gaspar Saladino, and editors Alessandro Morales and Dan Thorsland. All right. An alien space vessel crash lands on Earth. Wait a minute. So they're going to skip all the Starfire stuff?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think they they skip all the Starfire stuff. Yeah, basically, what, New Tamaran gets blown up? Basically, everyone but Starfire?
Starfire and Dusk, right?
Yeah, she helps the alien Dusk escape, So yeah, kids, New Tamaran gets blown up. But yeah, the alien she helps escape. An alien space vessel crash lands on Earth just off the West River in Metropolis. A woman named Dusk emerges only to find Superman and the Legion of Superheroes standing before her. Saturn Girl uses her telepathy to translate the frightened woman's thoughts. Dusk warns them that an entity known as a Sun Eater is en route to this star system. When it arrives, it will consume all the energy from the sun, thus destroying all life on the planet Earth.
But it's not really the whole sucking all the energy out of the sun that kills everybody.
No, it's
It's the giant.
Yeah. Right now they think they're going to freeze. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Superman calls together a special convention of superheroes. Attending are members of the JLA, past and present, the Legion, the Marvel family, and many others. Mr. Miracle decides to create an oversized boom tube to funnel the Sun Eater to an unoccupied domain. The Sun Eater overloads the boom tube and the plan fails. The next strategy involves the creation of a secondary sun to act as a lure for the Sun Eater. All the energy-based heroes pour their powers into the creation of a new sun, but this proves to be a fruitless endeavor. Elsewhere, Lex Luthor decides that it is time to step up and lend a hand. Now that he's he got his neuron makeover, he's like, yeah, let's go back.
Let's go back, yeah.
Well, it's like, I guess you got to trust Lex because it's like, he's gonna die too,
Yeah, it's his planet too.
Yeah. I don't think he can go anywhere. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, kids. Here's the characters we see in this. Alpha Centurion. Remember him?
Yeah, I was like, wait, who? I vaguely remember Alpha Centurion.
he basically was like a Roman gladiator, gets taken away by aliens when by the time they bring him back, it's like the present day.
Oh wow, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, and it's like they give him like these superpowers. Yeah. The alien Dusk, of course. Captain Atom, the Legion of Superheroes, Brainiac 5, Cosmic Boy, Gates, Inferno, Saturn Girl, Spark, and Ultra Boy. Mr. Miracle. Oh yeah, we get Dr. Polaris too. Yeah.
That was really kind of okay. That's it.
well, once again, it's like, well, hey, if you don't help, he's gonna die too. So
yeah.
Kitty Faulkner, Maxima, Superman, Tachyon, Wave Rider. Oh my! Oh man, they listed Batman under supporting characters.
Well, Batman still holds a grudge, as we'll see.
Batman, my favorite character.
Big Barda, Contessa. Oh yeah, Lex is married at this point, kids. Firestorm, Green Lantern, Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor, Metropolis Special Crimes Unit, Phantom Stranger, Ray, Sentinel, Spectre, Superboy, Warrior, and Wonder Woman. Oh yeah, guys in the background. Don't worry, kids.
Yeah.
Do you think Guy would have been in this story at all if they didn't start using warriors in this storyline?
Probably not. Well, maybe because they had Hal go talk to him, right?
True.
So,
I mean,
he did go see Hal, and so he went to see John and Kyle, of course, and Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think anybody else. Oh, I think Tomar Tooth, the other alien on the Green Lantern show. Maybe.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember because I read this all in one big chunk. Does he talk? He talks to John at some point, right?
Yeah, he heals him.
Oh yeah. Yes. All right. So, any other thoughts on this one?
Lots of setup.
Yeah.
It
Oh yes, and these members of the Legion of Superheroes are stuck in the 20th
In
century.
the past, yeah, I'd forgotten about that because I mean that was a fun story too because I was reading the Legion back then. Still kind of a Legion fan, but
Yeah, I do remember. It's like after this storyline. I think this is right. Yeah, this is right before Superman gets married because his powers go out, and then like they're not once the sun returns. Spoilers, like they're not coming back. Doesn't seem like so.
yeah.
He goes through all this trouble to like try to like jumpstart his powers, which it seems like eventually he does, but then eventually he turns into electricity.
there's the Electric Boogaloo Superman.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
eventually he gets split
Superman
into
Red
two.
and Superman Blue.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was cool that I'm pretty sure Carl Kessel is a big Legion fan as well, and I'm pretty sure Stuart Eminem is as well because he actually drew some of the Legion, I think.
I think.
But having them back there was cool, And this was the rebooted Legion, second version. Because there's a third, but then they go back, and then there's an original. Then there's this New 52. I don't know. I'm there's a bunch of Legions at this point because they eventually had during Final Crisis, Legion of Three Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Right, which was the original Legion, this Legion, number 2, and then the rebooted whatever Legion that came out of some thing. I don't remember.
I was gonna say, did this Legion come from Crisis on Infinite Earths? Did they come from Zero Hour? Because yeah, I mean, like I said, they always seem like Legion takes the most, most.
They always take the
during
brunt
Crisis.
of any problems with continuity. Yep.
Oh yeah, because of like the changes starting in the present and just like get
Yeah.
bigger as Wait, we knew Superboy? What?
He was never Superboy. Wait, now there's a Superboy? Hang on.
Burn! Oh my. Burn! All right. So do we want to get to the Green Lantern issue?
Yeah, jump into the Green Lantern issue, which
All right,
takes
kids,
up
remember-
immediately, like
Yes.
immediately
Remember-
after the
Remember,
last issue.
kids, when I told you, hey, one of these days Dr. Light's gonna come back? Well, today's the day, kids.
Today is the day.
That's right. Green Lantern Volume 3, number 80, November 1996. Light in Darkness. What about that cover? Shedding some Dr. Light. And look at him. Made himself a fancy costume in that battery.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get to that battery. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So, wait, where's my creative team? There we go. Writer, of course, Ron Mars. Penciler.
Come on, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, kids. Friend of the show, Ron Mars.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Jesus, he cracks the whip more than Lilith, kids. Jeez. Well, that's true. No one cracks the whip like Lilith. Yeah, Lilith is hard.
It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that.
All right, so penciler J.H. Williams III, inker Mick Gray, colorist Pamela Rambo, letters Chris Eliopoulos, and editors Kevin Dooley and Eddie Berganza.
All right.
All right, so Light and Darkness. After helping create an artificial sun in an attempt to lure away the Sun Eater, Green Lantern returns to his apartment to recharge his ring. To Cal's surprise, Dr. Light has emerged from the Green Lantern power battery after having been trapped inside it years ago by Hal Jordan.
In Green Lantern number 36, kids.
That's right.
Editor's note, even.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while. Yes, kids. Editor's note. Dr. Light demonstrates his new powers in a brief fight with Green Lantern, but Cal chooses instead to beg for Light's help against the Sun Eater. However, Dr. Light, of course being Dr. Light, becomes frightened by the sight of the eclipsed sun and decides to evacuate Earth. Good Lord.
There you go.
Just so many things in this issue. So, yeah, so Light pops out of the... I mean, that battery's been sparking for the last 2 months. So.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if you ever found Donna's note.
Yes. How dare he? But okay, so is he completely insane, or is like because he's going on about worlds inside that battery? So
Well, Sinestro was in the central power battery too, and
that's
there
what I was
was
thinking.
there
The
was
minute he
like
said that, yeah.
this reality inside it, I guess, or something. So, that's not to say that Dr. Light's not totally off
Oh
his
yeah,
rocker and
little
bonkers. He
column A,
is.
little column B. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. But yes, the answer is yes, both of those things.
And I just love how he comes out. And of course, it's like, okay, so how long ago was Green Lantern 36 compared to 80? What was that, like 3-4 years, like, previous to this?
3 years would have been 72, so 3 years and 8 months approximately.
Okay.
Given no, with a 0 in there, so 3 years and 9 months, I guess.
Okay. uh But, but no, it's so funny because he pops out. He doesn't see Hal Jordan. He sees this younger Green Lantern, different costume. Hey, the sun's gone out. He's like, "What kind of futuristic world have I got?" Because it's been less than 4 years in the real world.
Yeah.
They can't have. How long could it have been in?
A month, yeah.
time?
Welcome to the world of tomorrow. Sorry.
But I love how he gives himself a fancy new costume while he was in the battery.
Uh-huh.
Must have a tailor on one of those worlds.
And it's interesting that that's the chunk of battery that he happened to be in, but whatever.
Although, I mean, I've thought of this long and hard over the years. I mean, did he go from Hal's battery somehow into the central battery? So then when the central battery was destroyed, he like got zapped back in the Cal's battery, maybe?
That's an excellent. Let's go with that.
Oh my god, can you imagine like instead of going to that battery, if like when Hal blew it up, but like he would have like somehow been like shunted into Hal's body, like, oh my
What
god.
the heck?
Who would have been more disappointed, Dr. Light or Hal? Son of a bitch. Parallax is in there, like, oh my god, it's crowded enough in here as it is.
Exactly, because Ganthet's in there too at the moment.
Ah,
It's a party.
I know. But yeah, there wasn't a ton to this, although it wasn't even in the synopsis. Cal goes to see Donna, and she's like, I feel helpless. She doesn't have any powers or Dark Star suit, so she's like, she's talking about going to see her son, which we'll get to. Who we'll get to next week.
Yeah, and she gets mad at Kyle, and then doesn't get mad at Kyle because he said his mom was dead, but his mom's not really dead.
Yes.
So.
So is that Mars just going, oops, I changed my mind?
I don't know. I mean, I thought he explained it pretty well.
So. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he came up with a believable story point, but I was just wondering if that was always the plan, or if he was just like, you know what, I want to give him a mom.
Well, I mean, his dad's alive. He just doesn't.
Yeah, doesn't know where he's at.
Know where he is. And we don't even get into that until the power of Ion, right? Which is post rebirth. Right? Yeah, post rebirth.
So I wonder if Mars was just like, yeah, I want to establish that mom and get that whole relationship repaired before I bring Dad back in.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Banks?
I don't know.
It's either, I'm looking on my phone. I'd say it's either a Banks or a Pelletier, probably. One of those two. But yeah, no, because like I said, inside we got the J.H. Williams III art. What do you think of that inside art?
Well,
it's not bad, but it's different than Banks or Pelletier. Yeah.
It's not as clean, but
no.
J.H. Williams and Mick Gray. I mean, they come together and do Promethea like in 99, 98, 99, somewhere in there for ABC Comics. And he's an artist that continually kind of ups his game because he just keeps getting better and better and better. And, Batwoman was great. I mean, he's just an amazing artist. But this is some of his earliest work too, I think.
Or I wonder if they were given was it Bank's next issue? Maybe they were giving him a jump on next issue's big event.
What would that be?
because there's a ton of people in that book. So
Indeed.
So yeah, I mean, I thought, yeah, the art wasn't bad, but it was just very different than what we're used to in this book.
It was different. It was darker. I mean, I know it's a Sun Eater, and but it was. I mean, this is more of a sci-fi book now. Clean.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have that clean kind of slickness to it that we have with like Jeff Johnson or Daryl Banks or any of the other artists that we've had on the series. But I mean, it's not bad. It's just it was different, and I think if you're going to have someone different like that, then I think it really helped that the story was kind of also darker, right?
Yeah. Again, I wonder if that's just because it was a big event. Because at first I was like, wait a minute, is Banks on Parallax? But no, he wasn't on that. He wasn't on that book. So again, maybe it was next issue's big event. So
let's see if I can tell you who did the cover. It is a Daryl Banks cover.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You were right.
Dr. Light coming out of that battery like a genie or something.
Yep. And let's see who does the next issue. Looks like Banks does the cover and Banks does the pencils. Yep.
What, 81?
Yep, for 81.
Yep. Oh yeah, I knew he did the interior. Yeah. All right. Should we get back to Final Night?
You bet.
All right. All right, hold on, kids. Let me pull up synopsis here. There we go.
Number 2.
So yeah, it's all right, kids. We're taking this in order. They happen. So
it makes things a little more complicated.
I'm gonna push some units, Will.
That's right.
All right, the Final Night, number 2 from November 1996. Yeah, was this a weekly thing? I couldn't remember.
I think it might have been.
Because yeah, so far everything's been November. You know what? I wonder if they did it for. There's probably other reasons, but if they did it weekly, just so it like slot in with like the Superman books and stuff, and
maybe. I mean, and Batman books at that point. Yeah. Let me see what I can find out.
Especially since Carl Kessel's writing it. I believe he was writing one of the Superman books at the time.
Yeah, I think was he writing Superboy maybe?
Sure. Maybe. I thought he was writing one of them like Adventures. I thought he was writing actual Superman too. I can't remember.
It was published weekly. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. See, I completely forgot about that. You the man.
I forgot too. No, I just see that the month is still November. So, darker grows the night. Same team as the first. The Final Night number 1. All right, Lex Luthor arrives in Metropolis ready to help out during this new crisis. Superman welcomes him to the conference, and he immediately sets about forming new strategies to save Earth. Other heroes, meanwhile, work overtime across the globe, helping out people in need. Ray saves a trapped family from a burning building, while Wonder Woman douses the flames by carrying a fire truck atop her shoulders.
That'll work.
Hi, whoever this is. I can't see your name. Oh yeah, so yeah, Superman's losing his powers because the sun's going out. So yeah, so Wonder Woman might be the strongest hero right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much equal any other time. Yeah. So. That would have been. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I was reading Wonder Woman at the time. That'd be interesting to be like, oh yeah, Wonder Woman's gonna have to step up because Superman's, almost normal, almost normal human level at this point. Well, not yet, but
soon.
Yes, because we see in Paris, France, Batman encounters Vandal Savage, who is in the midst of stealing the Mona Lisa.
Which is
Oh,
just
I
kind of random, right?
know. I'm like, wait a minute. So, okay, the sun's gone out, the whole world's in chaos. But meanwhile, Batman's tracked down Vandal Savage, the France, this, it's like if you can't save the Earth, that Mona Lisa thing's going to be kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Hi, Marnell. Yes, kids. That's Marnell from the Biters Walking Dead podcast. All right.
Hi, Marnell.
Vandal tries to shoot Batman, but Superman arrives just in time to deflect the bullets. The impact still takes its toll on the Man of Steel, however, whose strength is waning with the absence of yellow solar radiation. I was just waiting for Batman to be like, I have Kevlar, right? Wait, thank you for saving me. I don't dodge bullets on a nightly basis.
Yeah, and Vandal
I
Savage
mean, I guess that was
really
just
good at shooting stuff, right?
I know. I guess that was just Kessel trying to show, oh, hey, look, Superman uses his powers, but he's winded, So Luthor works with Brainiac 5 of the Legion of Superheroes and invents a probe designed to analyze the Sun Eater. Green Lantern flies the probe into the heart of the Sun Eater, but is forced to abort the mission when the probe begins to overload.
And
yes.
he disappears.
Yes, he disappears. Yes, while they probe the Sun Eater.
I hope it's going somewhere nice.
Dusk wanders the snowy streets of Metropolis. A gang of hungry civilians come upon her, blaming her for bringing the Sun Eater to Earth. Flash, the greatest hero ever, Nightwing, and Robin arrive to fight off the frightened mob. Dusk flees, but the mob pursues her. Suddenly, a young costume hero named Pharaoh arrives on the scene and defends Dusk from the throng of desperate citizens. Wasn't there a Pharaoh in the original Legion?
Pharaoh Lad, yes. And he dies killing the Sun Eater in a story in the future.
See. They're trying to trick you, kids.
Exactly.
So, what do you think of this one, Will?
It's still, there's a lot of this that's just letting them kind of tell lots of little tiny stories, because there's not really a villain. There's not they're fighting against a force of nature. They're fighting against the Sun Eater. I really find it funny because at this point, DC had consciously depowered most of their, brought power levels down after Crisis,
Oh yeah, especially Superman. Yeah.
So, to see them having such trouble with a single Sun Eater when we get all kinds of the crazy stuff, from Final Crisis and the Sun Eaters in the Grant Morrison, there were lots of Sun Eaters, and they come from vampires, by the way, who live long enough, which I thought was a really I don't know if that's a retcon that he came up with, but I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. So, but it was interesting to see just how kind of low power everybody was versus the way things are now. I mean, you look at the current Green Lantern title, and we're smacking down new gods, and basically just.
Oh yeah, this is every month in a lot of the books. It's like, the multiverse is collapsing. We got. But no, I wonder too. I wonder, like, if this event served two purposes. One, of course, hey, it's an event we could tie every DC book into. So hey, cha-ching. Or as we like to say here, yes.
We need the money. Gimme.
Yeah, and two, I wonder if they the decision was made. Hey, we're gonna kill off Hal. Have him redeem himself. So hey, how about he saves the world? Saves the world.
And we're going to use a previous Legion storyline and introduce Pharaoh Lad, and kind of have a gotcha there with made you look, and the fact that it was weekly was interesting. I mean, I get, but I mean, the power creep really starts ramping up, I think, from this point on, because it's been what, 10 years since Crisis, things are
Oh yeah.
starting to, come back up and be, um, more like they were back during the,
Mm-hmm.
the pre-crisis era. So
Pretty soon we're gonna have to have Superman juggle some planets again.
that's right.
All right. You want to move on to number 3?
You bet.
All right. All right. So of course, yes, again, November 1996, the final night, number 3. Where's Keeping Hope Alive.
Who's Hope?
Oh,
Wait, isn't there like a whole core devoted to that?
all right. So Keeping Hope Alive. So again, same creative team. With the life-giving energy of the sun depleted, Earth begins to quickly freeze over. Those who can attempt to quell panicking mobs and civil unrest, but it proves to be a difficult period for all. All right, here we go. Guy Gardner turns warriors into an ad hoc medical center, and other heroes labor around the clock in an effort to save as many lives as possible. Etrigan the Demon broadcasts a transmission straight from hell, offering to save the people of Earth. The cost for such an act, however, would be the souls of every human being on the face of the planet. Earth is united in its adamant refusal to accept the demon's help. That's weird. Why was it Etrigan? I mean, maybe I didn't read something
I don't know.
but shouldn't it have been like Satanus or Neuron or something?
I would think so, but hey.
Or was that Etrigan actually trying to help? But it's like, oh yeah, it's going to cost you all your souls, but yeah, you'll be alive.
It may have just come down to,
Name,
hey,
name,
they
name
like
recognition.
Etrigan. They wanted to use Etrigan, so that's
Yeah,
who they
maybe.
used. So
I guess that just, I don't know. It just seemed weird that they used him instead of one of the actual like devils of the DC universe.
yeah. Wait, it was Mephisto all along. Sorry.
Here we go. The Spectre travels to the spiritual center of Earth to offer comfort and warmth to the Earth Mother Gaia. At the Star Labs command center, the news grows worse. Brainiac 5 determines that the sun is shrinking in size, but not in mass. It will soon go supernova, and the resulting flare of solar energy will turn the planet into an ash cinder.
Which we saw in issue number 1.
Oh, yes.
New Tamarin.
Yes. I love how they're like, oh, we don't have to worry about freezing now.
Yeah. We're just going to get blowed up good.
The Phantom Stranger takes Dusk on an astral journey across the planet, showing her images of hope and the eternal struggle of humanity. Firestorm, Zatanna, and Ray reunite a family in a small South American village. Sentinel, Jade, and Obsidian save even more people in Kyoto. Wonder Woman uses her magic lasso to repair a damaged bridge, while Warrior rescues even more people with his unique Voldarian superpowers. Wasn't he shoveling with his hand at one point?
I think so. I don't know.
Meanwhile, Superman visits his parents in Smallville. Without the power of the sun to energize him, his powers are quickly fading. He fears that this may be the last time he will ever see his family. Okay, and again, it's not in the synopsis, but isn't this like the last issue of this page? Guys sitting in Warriors drowning in his sorrows. He's like, wait a minute, green?
What? Huh? Where did that come from?
We don't see it yet, but something appears in front, or someone appears in front of him.
I wonder who that could be.
Wonder what comes between issue 3 and 4.
Could it be Parallax?
Who could it be? Believe it or not.
It's just Hal.
Okay, so what do you think of 3? I mean, it was good, but it was a kind of like 2, where it's just like a bunch of little stories.
Yeah, it's a bunch of little stories, and I mean, there's no way you can really kind of personify. It's a force of nature. So how do you you see how individual people deal with that, I guess, and that's
because the rest of the time it's just the heroes going around saving people, and it's just like basically like, oh, we can't lose hope, we can't lose
hope.
this. Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, it's a good series. I mean, the art's fantastic.
Oh,
Gillian's an awesome artist, and Kessel's a good writer. So, and I think it was good of them to keep it at 4 issues. I mean, maybe
and weekly, otherwise we would have
Yeah.
stretched this out for 4 months, and then all the the regular books would have to decide, oh man, how are we going to tie this in for 4
Mhm.
months?
Yeah, and maybe, I mean, when you get right down to it, it's 4 issues plus the Parallax, so it's 5 total issues, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been cut down to 4 total issues,
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
combine 2 and 3 into one.
yeah, or something like that, or condense it down so that you still hit all the beats, but
Yeah.
I mean, after a while, you were kind of getting hit over the head with the fact that, hey, there's nothing they can do, so they just do what they do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because again, I think 2 and 3 were kind of similar in theme, so they could have
Mhm.
really could have combined 2 and 3. All right, do we want to get to the moment, Will? Parallax.
You bet.
All right, kids. Parallax, Emerald Knight #1. Again, November 96. Yeah, that's the title, Emerald Knight. All right, kids. Once again, writer, friend of the show, Ron Mars.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Penciler, Mike McCone. Inker,
yeah.
Mark.
Another really good artist too.
Oh yeah. I think this might have been my favorite issue art-wise this time.
Mhm.
Art, penciler, Mike McCone. Inker, Mark McKenna. Colorist, John Calise. Letterer, Chris Eliopoulos. Editor, Kevin Dooley and Eddie Berganza. All right, so yes, Mr. Mars tying Marvel and DC together once more.
Yeah.
Parallax has followed Cyborg Superman to the end of the universe. That is literally the case as both face each other at the so-called wall.
Literally the end of the universe.
Yes. The boundary between the known universe and the source. Finally, Parallax wants to erase Cyborg from existence because he destroyed Coast City. Cyborg does not go down without a fight, but in the end, Parallax annihilates his opponent. Yeah, does he? Well, he puts him in the wall. Well, I don't know if his consciousness goes into that wall, because I think later on
he has to come out because he's back during Rebirth. He becomes
once Superman goes electric, I forget that it's been a while since I read those, but Superman ends up at the wall.
Oh,
and that's the containment suit Superman wears has circuitry in it, so Cyborg's consciousness hitches a ride in it. Yeah.
Gotcha. I wondered how he got back.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, it says Parallax annihilates his opponent. Yeah, right. Suddenly, Kal Rayner, Hal Jordan's successor as Green Lantern, appears and tells Parallax about the Sun Eater and how Earth is on the verge of destruction.
Okay, wait now. I have a question. I don't understand. Kal disappears while he's in the sun.
Yes.
Did Hal teleport him there? How did he just get there? I mean,
was it this issue? I swear Kal threw out a line where he's like, I asked the ring to find you or something. I'm like, since when did he get so skilled with that ring?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because he's in the sun. Hey, can I go home? And then it was kind of left vague. I didn't understand it.
Unless in his desperation, he did something with that ring. I don't know. Kal asks Parallax for help, but does not get an immediate reply. Instead, Hal wants to be left alone to think about it. In the process, Parallax travels to Earth to visit the people who were most important in Hal Jordan's life. First up is Guy Gardner. Most important. They often fought each other, but in the end, Hal could not think of anyone better to watch his back. Second comes John Stewart, who lies in the hospital. Parallax not only talks to him, but also heals John so that he is able to walk again.
Kind of important.
Oh yeah, keep an eye on that, kids. After spending some time at the grave of Oliver Queen.
What happens there? I wonder.
Well, they don't show it here, but if you're interested, kids, read Green Arrow Quiver by Kevin Smith.
And Phil Hester and Andy Parks,
Yes.
I think, does the inks. Yeah.
Yeah. Parallax visits Tom Kalamaku, the best friend in his non-superhero life. And last but not least, Hal talks to Carol Ferris. She immediately recognizes something important is about to happen in his life, so she says that she loves him and wishes him goodbye.
And then he talks to somebody else.
Oh, yes. Then Parallax returns to the former center of Coast City and materializes Ganthit, whose essence somehow was within him all the time. Well, yeah, wasn't at the end of 63 they merged? I mean, we know where it happened.
Yeah, he was there. It's just like, okay, so taking continuity from, coming continuity into account, nothing Ganthit says there disrupts the future continuity, because
Yeah.
he's even cryptic about some things too, about and more. I think he says and more or something like that.
I think, yeah.
Which is cool because, he says, you talked about you betrayed us, but I feel like the Guardians had to know what was going on all the time, which is why they didn't stop him, right?
Yeah.
So
That's what I said before. I'm
Yeah.
like, did they plan for this? Or they just like, did they pull a Doctor Strange and be like, okay, let's look out of 14 million realities, the only way this comes out good in the end is if we let him blow everything up. Most of us die
or most of us are
and come back later.
get to have to be reborn later. Yeah.
Yes. Just like in Infinity War, everyone got snapped away, but hey, in 5 years, everyone's gonna get brought back.
It's all good in 9 years, but yeah, okay.
So Hal expels Ganthit. Yes, despite Hal's betrayal, Ganthit still thinks Jordan was the most heroic Green Lantern of all. Oh,
Yeah, see, I feel like,
well,
I feel like,
that.
yeah.
I of course love Hal Jordan.
I feel like the Guardians kind of set him up for this, and Ganthit was in there making sure that he was still doing okay, right? I don't know. That's headcanon.
Again, cosmic machinations by the Guardians.
Yeah.
But what about this? He offers Hal a ring again.
I was gonna say, what happened to that ring? Okay. Is that
I mean, I guess he could have reabsorbed it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, if Hal had accepted that ring, would he have still been able to like do anything against the Sun Eater? Or would his power levels have come back down? Or that just seems weird. I think again, it's more symbolic. It's just like, oh, hey, look, he's redeemed himself, and
yeah. But the ring that we get comes from Hal in the past, right?
Yes.
That's the one, the ring that can replicate itself. Yeah.
Is Parallax in there going, don't do it, don't do it.
No.
I know what you're thinking, don't do it. But yes, he offers Hal a ring, but disappears after Parallax denies his offer. After that, Parallax contacts Kal Rayner. He shall tell the other heroes that Parallax will help them to save the Earth.
I don't know why he tells Kal to tell him that, because he shows up and tells him himself.
I know.
Sorry, spoilers.
Again, is that just miscommunication because this is on Mars? Carl Kessel's writing for, so.
I think they did it because if you didn't want to buy this part of the crossover, you had to have it in the main crossover.
Yeah.
So, I guess, I don't know. Or maybe it was a final, kick for, I couldn't even trust you to do that. I'll do it myself now. I don't think that's what it was.
I'm just looking at the notes here. The statues of lanterns on display in Warriors are Salak, Larvox, Brick, and Brun.
Which are, I think, all still alive, right?
That's what I think. Yeah. I mean, I thought Salak survived.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And
and
we see
wasn't
Brick.
Brick
I mean, yeah, Brick's still around because I think she shows up next issue. In 81, I believe.
well, but she also showed up during the Guy Gardner, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't she one of
yeah.
the Lanterns? Yeah, that's what I
That's what I'm
thought.
saying. Yeah, she's been floating around. So I guess he just decided to put up statues of people who are still around. But yeah, kids, the scene at Oliver Queen's grave will be heavily elaborated upon much later in Green Arrow Quiver. Heavily.
Like for issues and issues and issues.
Oh my god, I know that's like a retcon later on, but it would just be so funny if in issue 4, if like when Hal shows up at like Star Labs, just looks at Superman's cape, he's like, "What are you looking at?" "Oh, nothing." Because that's where he pulls that DNA from. He's just
Yeah.
All right. So, any other thoughts on your boy?
No, I mean, I thought this was pretty good. I didn't necessarily like the quote unquote fight scene at the beginning between him and Cyborg Superman. I didn't think that was anything, and it really fit the tone of the rest of Final Night, really somber and kind of a downer, and really setting up for what's to come in number 4.
Oh yeah. I mean, do you think the whole Cyborg thing was just like him tying up let him tie up loose ends? The murderer of Coast City.
Yeah, I think so. And then I mean, he comes back anyway, so
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Cyborg Superman was going to come back. All right, ready for 4?
You bet.
All right, the final night, number 4. You'll never guess when this took place. November 1996.
I'm shocked.
The final night with a K. Yeah, same team, same creative team as the first 4 or the first 3. Lex Luthor devises yet another plan in the hopes of saving Earth. With the foreknowledge that the sun will soon go supernova, Luthor has designed a network of interlinking force field relay switches. The Flash manufactures 500,000 of these items in under 12 hours. Working together, the machines should create an energy grid large enough to protect Earth from the sudden explosion of solar energy. The only problem lies in the fact that they must be physically deployed at the point of nova. Invariably, the person responsible for such a task is not likely to survive the experience. Superman volunteers to pilot the ship that will deploy the force fields. Which I mean, I think Superman was like, I'm willing to sacrifice myself, especially since but 2, I mean, the reason he gave them kind of made sense. He's like, hey, hopefully my powers jumpstart quick, and a giant supernova. Hopefully it jump starts my powers, and then I can survive it. While the others discuss the situation amongst themselves, Pharaoh sneaks aboard Dustcraft and Blatt takes off. He refuses to allow someone as important as Superman to sacrifice himself. Parallax arrives and offers to help, with the exception of Batman.
Batman.
Yes,
My
exactly.
favorite character.
Most of the heroes are happy to see him. Batman still remembers Parallax as the self-appointed god who attempted to recreate the universe. Oh, that's why you love Hal Jordan.
I am God.
That's got to be it.
Who attempted to recreate the universe. Parallax flies. Hal should have been like, "Yeah, how are you gonna stop me, Batman?"
Yeah. He's got a yellow batarang. Sorry, no.
Wouldn't Parallax gobble that up? Parallax flies out. Parallax flies out toward the sun and pulls Pharaoh away from the edge of the sun's corona before it has a chance to kill him. Generating a wave of green energy, he sends Pharaoh back home. Parallax then turns his attention on the sun while chanting the oath of the Green Lantern Corps. Hal flies into the center of the sun, destroying the Sun Eater. He releases all of his vast power to reignite the sun, but at the cost of his own life. Earth is safe once again.
However, his body is perfectly preserved in stasis at the center of the sun. That's important. It will come back, I promise.
Yes, kids, remember that. I love the list of all the characters in it. It says Parallax, Hal Jordan, apparent death. I mean, technically, he does kind of die, though.
He does die, yeah.
Yes.
Ish, because Parallax is kind of like grafted onto his soul, and his soul is in kind of purgatory. So yeah, he does die.
Yes. Oh, so this is saying the final appearance of Dusk. So I guess that Dusk character never comes back after this. Get some cameos like Wildcat. Oh my God, there's a couple characters on here. It says they're only on the cover.
Oh,
They're not even. I mean, okay, well, here's all the characters that are on the cover that don't appear in this issue. Aquaman, Big Barda, Black Canary, Dr. Light, Green Arrow, Impulse, Martian Manhunter, Mr. Miracle, and Superboy
nice.
are all on the cover and do not show
But they do not appear in the issue.
All right. Just looking at the notes here. So, yes, this issue is the last official appearance of Hal Jordan as Parallax. He appears next as a spirit in Day of Judgment #2. By issue 5 of this series, he will become the new host for the Spectre. So yes, kind of sort of the last appearance of Hal's Parallax.
Yeah. And then we get, and then he's Spectre. So from 99 until late 2004, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2005 is when, I think it's early 2005 when Rebirth hits, right?
Yeah. Or is it late 2004?
I don't know. I shall look that up.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, it takes Superman several weeks before his powers fully return to normal. Oh yeah, did you see the little? They have all those little taglines on each cover. Did you see what the one on issue 4 was? Emerald Dawn.
Yeah. Wonder where that came from.
Maybe Emerald Dawn and Emerald Dawn 2. See some of the first episodes of this podcast, kids.
Okay, it looks like it says it's December. Its on sale date was October of 2005, so it was late 2005.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I was thinking late 2004 and 2000. No, yeah, it was late 2005 and 2006. Yeah.
Sweet.
That makes sense. But speaking of Emerald Dawn 2, it would have been funny if Parallax would have visited Hal's old cellmate. Remember him, who we never saw again? Keeping your nose clean, boy.
As the Spectre, he's like, yes, sir.
I mean, I never read that Spectre series. I mean,
yeah, I haven't either. I'm kind of looking forward to.
Awesome if he showed up. I guarantee he probably doesn't show, but that would be.
Yeah, and then he also shows up in JSA, I think, like right at the end before Rebirth kicks off, like JSA number 35 or something. I can't remember. Yeah, I'll have to look because there's a JLA Spectre.
Oh yeah, the JLA one. Yeah.
And I think he also shows up in like the JSA as well, but.
I'm trying to. Well, you know what? I think I remember the JLA one, and I think he shows up in the Green Lantern book too. Because I think they set up that status quo where it's like, oh yeah, for most of the time, nobody remembers how Jordan's the Spectre and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
But yeah, kids.
There it is. All right. Okay, it looks like it goes JLA, the Spectre Soul War. Oh, that's around Green Lantern numbers 150 or so. So there's still 3 years left. Green Arrow, Green Lantern, JSA 60 through 62. And at some point during all of this, there's the Green Lantern Dragon Lord series, which was a 3-issue series.
But yeah, so, I mean, cool. yeah, this was November 96. Yeah, he doesn't become the Spectre till what, 99?
99, yep, Day of Judgment.
So yeah, we got a little bit of time there.
Now, 3 more years puts us at about 36 more issues. That's getting close to when Mars leaves the title, right?
I think. Yeah. Well, he leaves around was it 125 or so? So I
So it
mean,
might be, yeah, that might be before he leaves. So I can look that up too. Haha.
I'm pulling up our schedule now. So
Let's see.
we're gonna do. There's like 2 weeks in kind of like the middle end of August. We're gonna be doing the Day of Judgment in like 2 different weeks. So
Gotcha.
stay tuned, kids. Okay, the Day of Judgment tie-in for Green Lantern is 119. So
Okay, it looks like his last issue was 125.
yeah, I thought between
Jay,
remembering that, I think he did say that when he was on here.
yeah, Jay Farber takes over with 126 after him, and
I think he's on there for like 2 or 3 issues before
129 is when Judd Winnick takes over.
Yeah.
And then Winnick leaves around what, 150, I think.
I'm trying to remember. I thought he stayed around a little longer, but I don't know. Can't remember.
He's still on 150.
A little over a year until we get the rebirth. Because we'll get the rebirth in April of next year.
Well, that's cool.
And remember, kids, I keep promising you, episode 100 will be the JLA Avengers crossover. So
looks like there was a fill-in around 156 for Winnick, but he's still on as of 163.
I think he might have ran. I think he might have run until like that last arc or two. Because remember, Mars came back for like that last arc before Rebirth. I think
I've got Ben Robb as the writer on 165.
Okay. Oh well, there's a Green Arrow crossover in there somewhere. I wonder if that's the crossover.
Probably. 70. Yeah, I guess Ben Robb is the one that finishes it off until Ron Mars takes it on again. I guess he got the last 6 issues.
Yeah, it's like the last arc before it going in the Rebirth. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Mars on 176, and he'll finish it off at 181. So, wow, there's really only, Mars, Ben Robb, and then Judd Winnick, and then Jay Farber does a few issues. So there's really not that many writers for the rest of the series.
Oh yeah, no.
Very cool.
Trying to just looking at the schedule here. Where does our Spectre start? There's Spectre. Oh, yeah, we'll start the first couple Spectre issues towards the end of November. Like I said, Day of Judgment is like September. So yeah, we got a little bit to go. All right, William, anything else? Or should we tell them what's coming next week?
Let's tell them what's coming next week.
All right, well, we only got 2 issues next week. We got Green Lantern 81, which I'm sure you'll have thoughts on.
Really? I wonder why that would be.
Funeral for a Hero. And then 82 is basically like a self-contained. It's when Cal gets to hang out with Donna's son.
Oh, I don't remember that issue. I'm looking forward to. I mean, I read it. I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
I think Donna has to go to court for for the divorce, or whatever, and she has Cal to watch him. So
very cool.
Yep. And then in 2 weeks, we'll start some of that Justice League stuff, because in 2 weeks, Justice League: A Midsummer's Nightmare 3-issue miniseries.
All right, awesome.
And then, so 1, 2, and 3 weeks, we'll do the crossover with Lilith and our Justice League Justice Society podcast. So we'll cover those first 4 issues of JLA.
Awesome.
On the 2 shows. Yep. And then the week after that, Green Lantern, Flash, Faster Friends 1 and 2. So yeah, lots of team up. You'll see lots of guest stars for about the next month, kids. So, between that funeral next time, and then lots of Justice League stuff. So, all right, kid. Oh wait, and then the week after that is Green Lantern 83 through 86. Isn't that when? What's her? Is it Fatality? Is that what she called herself?
Is that when she first shows up?
I thought it was in the 80s there somewhere. But yeah, kids, someone with a grudge against John Stewart.
Oh, gosh, who could that be? Retribution. It's 83 starts a 3-part arc.
Yes.
Let's see. Yep, Fatality. That's where she first shows up.
Yep.
Very cool.
All right, so that's gonna be big. Oh, and we find out. Oh, maybe Hal did more to John than just give him the use of his legs back.
Ooh, I wonder what that could be.
All right, kids. So lots of homework. So please send your thoughts. Hey, and send your condolence cards to Will Allred. The funeral's next week. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail. Oh my God! Do you want to write a eulogy for Hal Jordan? You're a writer.
Well, we have his last will and testament. Are we going to do that at some point?
We can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right,
you don't want that.
I felt so bad. Send your thoughts, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Green Lantern fan group on Facebook. Please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every episode of every show gets a video. So check out all our regular episodes, our creator interviews. Most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Again, you get early access to those creator interviews. And as always, once a month, Mr. D.G. Chichester talks to me and Lilith about one of his comics he wrote.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And Patreon exclusive superhero movie brackets. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time by the end of the year. So get on board. We've only done 2 so far, episodes. So catch up and strap in. All right. And again, if you want to help support us, go pick yourself up with Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right. And find the absent Matt Kona everywhere on social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA.
See you later, bunkies.
That's right. Go follow him, kids. All right. Mr. Will Allred, the grieving widow, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the crossover division. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED. That'll get Gmail. That's Twitter and Facebook and probably some other social media places that I don't even remember setting up. But you can also find comics that I have written. The first one being Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. The 3rd issue should be going to the printer in, I hope, a couple of weeks. So we'll be sending those out from the Kickstarter real soon. You can also find Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And let's see. I also, along with writer Kevin Joseph, we do a podcast every week called Explain Yourselves, where we bring Kickstarter comic book creators that have Kickstarter projects running. And we have them explain themselves. It's kind of in the title. So, and of course, you have great taste. So you love Quasar just as much as you love Green Lantern. And if you want to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Hey, you boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I'll put it in my navel.
He goes limp in my grip.
All right, kids. So
Dark Blast, the gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Come back in 1 week as we literally put Hal Jordan to rest for a while.
3 years.
Guest DC guest stars galore. That issue 81. And then, like I said, Hal meets Donna's son. So,
And then Fatality coming after JLA and
after all the JLA, yes, kids. Then we got lots of JLA stuff coming. So, like I said, guest stars, lots of guest stars for the next month or so. All right, come back next time, and remember, Will told you it was a hero. You guys didn't want to listen. Good night.
I told you so.